When he began his public ministry, he was based in Mecca. This is the rough idea. Mecca was his focus. Mecca was his focus because of various reasons, but the number one of which was that it was the prominent city. That's where the idolaters were.
He was from there. He was born there.
It's not just because he was born there.
He was
that
from
is
the
where
tribe. He was within the people.
That is where
his family were like the biggest, like they were the head tribe.
Yes.
God did that on purpose because
So such a wonderful city, Mecca.
Yes.
But here's my problem. Here's my problem.
What?
Archaeology tells us that there is no reason to believe that Mecca even existed at that time.
Allah Akbar.
Al-Haq, man, Al-Haq. The Haq is the Haq, man.
Any knowledgeable Islamic man. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I don't care if Allah is Akbar or not. The question I'm asking is there any Muslim who is
I wonder if you can go over there and ask him if he knows about Christianity. I mean, it's punishable by death now. He's joined.
the historical veracity of Islam?
Like, is this?
Is there no one brave enough? No one is. Are you just killing people with no backbone? Where's your backbone, sir? If you please turn around. If you have backbone. That a parrot could do, sir. I'm looking for a human being, not a parrot. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Where did you learn that marketing slogan? Hey, that happens to be the same marketing slogan as the plenty of Islamic terrorists who have bombed across the UK. The same marketing slogan. Do you work for the same marketing company, sir? Excuse me, sir. Do you both work for the same marketing company? I am sincerely trying to understand. That marketing slogan is the marketing slogan of terrorists. Do you work for the same marketing company? Have you got anything better to say? Allahu Akbar, donkey, and then giddy, 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 giddy. Is that the best of Islamic knowledge? How old are you, sir? How old are you? You look like 20 odd year old, yet have learnt only 3 things. Allahu Akbar, donkey, giddy, 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 and he stands in speaker's corner. Can you believe the biggest joke in history? Now, are you a Jewish gentleman? Excuse me, anyone who believes in the Bible, you can ask him and you can speak to him about the Bible for hours, and we can give you lecture after lecture after lecture concerning the Bible. When it comes to Islam, what have you got?
Nothing.
Allahu Akbar. Donkey. This is the best of Islamic scholarship. I told you, that's a living demonstration of what I just said. Devil, yeah, good. Yeah, that's one more. That is one more right now. All right, sir. Is there any Muslim here who is willing to debate the historical veracity of how Islam began? Any Muslim? Any Muslim men? No, we're talking about Muslim men. Any Muslim men who can debate about the veracity, the historical veracity of Islam? Excuse me, my friends. Oh, they're having their little ladies' closet conversation there. No one men who are able to stand up in a public place and address. Are you a Muslim, sir? Are you a Muslim, sir? Wait, he's scared. Please leave him alone. No, he's a bit scared.
Stop messing around.
Well, it's coming from there. Were you there? Were you there a bit earlier? All right. So Mansoor is the cameraman in this case, clearly. So no one thinks him. So what's happening, Mansoor, there? What's happening there?
Stay away from me. I don't speak to
What's happening there? Any intelligent conversation?
I think it's none of your business. It's a private discussion.
No. Nothing is private in a public place. Nothing is private in a public place, Mansoor. As you might know.
You're angry, right?
Because two new Muslims here.
Two new.
We are happy.
Okay. Please, are you a Muslim, sir?
Yeah.
Please come here. I want to ask.
You're a clown.
I want
I've seen you in the videos, man. I've seen you many times.
question.
No, I don't
What
need you. We
is
are
the
celebrating.
first century Islamic evidence for the existence of Mecca? Any evidence?
We are celebrating. Two Christian converted to Islam.
Well-
We are happy. You just want to ruin
When
this.
someone wants to be brainwashed, there is no reason to be celebrating.
We are celebrating.
Look, brainwashing, what is there to celebrate?
Ruin this, you know? You can't.
What is there to celebrate in brainwashing? How many of you want to celebrate brainwashing? Anyone? Hello, sir. You seem to be pretty angry. I have a few questions, sir. What kind of...
He knows.
All right.
I'm not here to talk to you.
Well, are you a Muslim,
I watch you
sir?
every week and you never win an argument, so leave me alone.
All right.
You're
I
as
see.
fake as what you follow.
Are you a Muslim,
You're
sir?
as fake as
Are
what
you a
follow.
Muslim, sir?
You're as fake as what
Are
you
you a
follow.
Muslim, sir?
You're as fake as what you follow.
Are you a Muslim,
You're
sir?
as fake as what
Explain.
you follow. I watch your debates every week.
Explain, please.
You never win
Now you're
any of your
repeating, sir.
debates.
Please explain
You're
what you
a
said
false
earlier.
guy. You're just an angry guy. That's all you are. We're
Explain.
not here to entertain your anger.
Explain.
I'm here to listen to people who are actually of knowledge. You're not of knowledge.
Okay, I'll give you some knowledge.
No, I don't want to listen.
I'll give you some knowledge.
Fake. You're fake.
Recent
Fake.
scholarship
You're fake.
tells us.
You're fake.
Excuse
You're
me.
fake. You're
Now you
fake.
seem to be desperate.
You're fake.
I thought you don't want to speak to me.
I
Now
don't
you
want to
seem
speak
you
to
want
you.
to
I'm
only
telling
speak
you
to me.
you're fake.
Please stay away, sir. I don't want to speak to you now.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
My dear Muslim friends,
Name it.
one of the latest researchers tell us that before Islam came to the Arabian Peninsula, for about a century and more, there was only monotheism across the peninsula.
Monotheism.
Only monotheism.
Okay.
Epigraphic evidence suggests that even before Islam began, for a century and more, only monotheism existed in the entire Arabic Peninsula. You know what the implication of this is?
What implication?
Your fairy tale, fancy Harry Potter ideas that Muhammad had an argument with Meccan idolaters is just what it is. Harry Potter fantasies.
Fables.
Because there were no idolaters, at least attested in history in the entire Arabian Peninsula for about a century and more before Muhammad was supposed to have come to the picture in Arabia. In other words, what you have as Islam.
Do you like that?
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to answer questions? Would you like to answer questions? I don't care. Would you like to answer questions?
5 years old.
Would you like to answer questions,
Like
sir?
these pictures?
I don't. Would you like to answer questions, sir?
What about this one?
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to answer questions, sir?
Defend it.
Clearly can't hear. Would you like to answer some questions?
He just accepted Islam. Right? This is one.
Any Muslim who is brave enough to discuss with me about the clear problem that Islam.
People converted to Islam today.
How sad!
Minutes ago, alhamdulillah.
You must be crying
Why you
now.
are angry?
What does Ahmadullah? What does your Ahmadullah has anything to do with this?
Alhamdulillah.
Three people converted.
happy he is.
Anything at all?
Look how happy he is.
Muhammad did not invent that camera, did he?
Jesus did.
Well, Western civilization did. Islam did not give any of these things to you.
What about
So,
Jesus?
my dear friend,
What about Jesus?
simple.
Is Jesus God?
Would you like to answer questions?
No.
Would you like to answer
Hold on,
questions?
I have one question. I have one question.
But
yeah?
please don't touch me.
Okay, no, you
Ask,
okay,
but
hold
please
on,
don't
hold
touch
on.
me.
No, that's absolutely true. My apologies for touching you because I violated your personal space and now I have to renew my wudu. So I apologize for this. However,
Don't renew your wudu.
what scholars?
Adarshma. Why are you trying to speak? He thinks your brain can't work. Why do you even try? Why do you even try? He thinks he shouldn't be working.
مضيعة وقت.
I'm
talking to him, not you. مضيعة وقت والله.
Take him away, take him away. Yeah, uncle.
Why do you feel so threatened when I ask questions, sir?
Brown forest.
Waste of space? Well, yeah, please move on. You're a waste of space. Please move away. What's the point?
Hey, go, 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 go.
Are you a Muslim, sir?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a simple
Yeah,
question.
so
sir.
young, uncle.
Don't ask me because I got all that.
Are you afraid, sir?
No, I'm not afraid. I don't want to talk to you.
Why not, sir?
Because you're blind and you're.
I am blind?
Yeah, you are blind. You don't see the truth.
Prove to me, sir.
I don't have to.
Prove to me,
I
sir.
don't have to. You have to prove it to yourself.
Okay, the young man might be better. You
I
are
don't
afraid.
have to
Please
talk
don't
to
worry.
you.
The young man here.
No, don't go like that. Huh?
I'm
Respect.
speaking to him.
Yeah, you speak to him.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
Don't go like that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Now coming to you, my dear friend. Are you a Muslim? You don't want to speak?
Exactly. Nobody wants to speak. I'm Muslim.
Is there any Muslim who is brave enough to speak to me? Hey, you what's your name? Sorry. I know. What's your name?
Yeah, go.
Please come here.
Go, defend it. Defend Islam.
I know. You're a lovely man. Please come. Let's have a sensible conversation.
Go, give us that one.
your own agenda, right?
Well, like how you have. So, but don't worry.
You're not sincere.
Do you have your agenda or not? When you come to the park, do you have your agenda or not?
I don't insult.
What's that?
I don't insult.
I don't insult also.
Your work colleague does.
He always critiques
You're
the Bible.
insult. No. Let me ask you a simple question. Yeah.
No, I can't. I'm not bothered. Alhamdulillah, you know, Allah guides.
The Bible.
No, but let me ask you a simple question. Please.
I respect you helping me out.
I know. I respect you also. You're a lovely man. But can I please ask you a simple question?
Have a good day, man.
Round forest.
Okay, maybe sometime later. Some other. I know.
They're hurting inside.
No, don't hurting. We want to expose your falsehood, my friend.
No. Coming to you. Anyone who is able to face up to challenges and answer questions. Anyone?
Christians can answer questions
Anyone?
about the Bible.
Anyone?
Every day. When they come
Anyone?
to Islam, Muslims,
We can do a simple deal.
run.
You can ask a question about my belief,
Yeah.
and I'll ask you a question about your belief,
That's fair.
and let's try and respond.
That's fair, Uncle.
Very simple and fair.
That's fair, Uncle Santa.
What do you think? Your influencer isn't here anymore.
Thank you for getting me the tea.
Oh no,
anyway,
here he
man.
is.
I didn't thank you.
Don't take him away.
Thank you.
Don't take him
It's
away.
very nice.
Well, I thank you also for getting him the
My
tea.
issue was I think I put too much sugar in my tea.
All right, okay. No, he's not a
I
Muslim.
use sweetener, so it doesn't really matter how much.
Oh, nice.
Sweetener. I think I should use sweetener in the
Well,
future, inshallah.
wow, fine. Well, that's how seriously you take your
A nice
religion.
biscuit.
He's talking about sweeteners.
It's like the Splendor store. Thank you very much.
Any Muslim here who is willing to face the challenge, sir? How about you, sir?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Are you willing to face the challenge?
Alhamdulillah.
You can ask me one question about your belief.
What did you do when
He tries to use his brain.
What did you eat?
Tagine.
Can you see how Muslims are becoming desperate there? The tactics they have to employ, the tactics that the Muslims have to employ
Why, but Arul?
just to make sure they do not respond to questions about Islam
Okay.
is very interesting. Now, I'd like to think with the number of cameras that they bring,
Yeah.
coming to Speaker's Corner regularly and so on,
To critique the Bible.
I would like to think that at least some of them might be willing to face up to challenges and to respond to challenges. But what do we find with Islam?
What?
Just like how we find during the Quranic times.
Okay.
Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, and a few other surahs that I've read so far clearly demonstrate that Muslims never face the challenge of the Jews and the Christians of the time of the writing of the Quran.
Never.
Muslims were as
About.
ignorant about challenges back then as they are today. Is there any Muslim here who is willing to face up to challenge, sir? How about you, sir? You're not a Muslim?
You are far too intelligent for me.
Okay.
You've read far too many books than me,
Okay.
and I couldn't possibly cope with a scholar.
Okay. So now can you bring some? But you are a Muslim. Can you bring some Muslim here, please?
They're here. They're all here. Look.
They're all here, but no one seems to want to address the challenge. Hey, how you doing? Okay. So any Muslim who has the backbone to face up to challenges, anyone? Well, these guys are sweetener group. Yeah, they only speak about sweetness and stuff. That's what they are up to. How about you, sir? Now you seem to be an honest. Hey, you are part of SZ Dawa. Look, you are a fan of SZ Dawa. Please come here. Please come here, sir. Please come here.
Jump in the ring.
Please come here, sir. Please. You are chief guest. Please. Don't listen to them. Please come here.
You come. You. I go, come.
All right. You young man. I know. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
While all the Muslims are running away from facing up to the challenge that I like to present.
I'm Muslim. What's
Ah,
up?
good. Well done. Please come here. That's good. What's your name?
Ayesha.
Ayesha. I am Arul. That's my wife. Family. Very good to be here. Now, I sincerely believe that Islam is a fairy tale,
Okay.
a perfect example of how a myth could be made.
And wait, before that, you're a Christian Jew?
I am a Christian.
Okay.
He is confused. He is confused, didn't take his pills. But,
That's true, you can't say that, but go on.
sure. I'll give you a simple example.
Okay.
You know Muhammad.
Yes, of course.
You have a history for Muhammad. What do you call a history for him? Muhammad was living in Mecca, had conflicts with idolaters in Mecca, had to run away from Mecca at a certain stage, what you would call hijrah, was in Medina, had a constitution of Medina, where he brought together a few tribes. Muhammad was the arbitrator. You know about the rough history.
Yeah, and where is the problem?
The problem is, every step of the way, when we refer back to solid evidence, historical evidence from back then, we figure out every step of the way we have a problem.
Where is the historical evidence? What's the problem?
Where is my file sitting?
I
Can you
don't
get my
see-
file?
What's-
I'll give you a simple
What's the
example.
problem with a human and a tribe
I'll-
going from
I'll
place
give
to
you-
place?
I'll give you a-
They're nomads.
I'll give you a simple example.
Okay.
In the Arabian Peninsula,
Yes.
during the time of Mecca, what was the most prominent city?
What do you mean prominent city? In which way? Like economy, people, society,
In
history?
Muhammad's way, let's say, in any way.
Your question is too general. You're looking for an answer. But
Let's say in religious way.
So religion was like a very general thing before Islam, but dominantly in Saudi Arabia, it was. It's like they used to basically pray for. We call it in Arabic like asnam, and they used to basically go to the asnam and they would ask.
But
like
what is the
middle
prominent
people.
city? Prominent
What do you
city
mean,
in Islam.
prominent
Sorry.
city?
Well, what was the most?
to say Mecca.
Well, exactly.
You want me to say Mecca?
Yeah.
How do you? Why do you? What's the point? You see-
Mecca was the place where Islam claims people visited Hajj since the time of Abraham.
Okay, but how is that related to your question?
I'm coming there. So Mecca, in all the ways it's described, idolaters, the headquarters that the idolaters had was in Mecca.
Okay.
So in all different ways, Mecca was the prominent city during the time of supposed Muhammad's living. Yeah, agree with me?
Muhammad's what?
During when Muhammad was supposed to have lived. You know, Muhammad 570, he was born. The claim is Muhammad was born in 570 AD. He died eventually in 632 AD. This is the claim. Yeah.
Okay.
610 AD, he began his public ministry. And his public ministry
How
initially
old was he?
40. When he began his public ministry, he was based in Mecca. This is the rough idea. Mecca was his focus. Mecca was his focus because of various reasons, but the number one of which was that it was the prominent city. That's where the
He
idolaters
was
were.
from there. He was born there.
It's
That's
not
the
just
reason.
because he was born there.
He was
That
from
is
the
where
tribe. He was within the people.
That is where-
His family were like the biggest, like they were the head tribe.
Yes,
God
but-
did that on purpose
Yeah,
because.
so such a wonderful city, Mecca.
Yes,
But here's my
inshallah.
problem. Here's my problem.
What?
Archaeology tells us
Yeah.
that there is no reason to believe
Yeah.
that Mecca even existed at that time.
Allah Akbar.
Well,
How
Allah.
you know?
What's that?
How you know?
Well, okay.
Show me proof.
Good. Very good. Let me give you proof. Okay. Today, researchers who are researching.
Listen, you can't talk. Give me proof. Give me statistics, and then we can talk.
I'm giving you statistics.
Okay.
Researchers who are studying epigraphic inscriptions,
Okay.
writings on rocks,
Okay.
are figuring out that even before Islam is supposed to have come about, there are plenty of rock inscriptions in the entire Arab land.
Nice.
Various different languages,
Yes.
Northern Arabian tribes, Northern Arabian languages, Southern Arabian languages, and so on.
Different languages from one.
Can I please finish, sir? Please,
Just
please
trying to
listen.
correct you.
No. Please
Different
listen.
languages from one language.
Please listen, and then you can correct, and then I can face the please listen. Northern Arabian languages, Southern Arabian languages, most of these languages, some of the languages have been now decoded and so on. In one particular language called, in one particular kind of inscription, writing called Safayatic inscription, Safayatic, there are about 70,000 inscriptions.
Okay. Nice.
70,000. But can you guess how many inscriptions are there in Mecca? Any guess?
What's your point?
Yeah. What's
If you
the-
listen, please. I'm speaking to her. Please, if you listen, please.
I mean,
If you can you guess across where Arabs were supposed to have lived, thousands and thousands of inscriptions recording Arabs' existence in various parts of not alone Arabian Peninsula, but also going as far north as Syria and so
Who
on.
conducted those research?
How many guesses can
I
we
mean,
Well,
could you be
let's come to that later.
straightforward?
But
Could you be
she is an understand.
It's not a debate. It's not a debate.
Excuse me. She is understanding the point. If you haven't understood, you may want to get help later. Now, Safayatic inscription. Now,
Okay.
he was a bit confused. He thought we were talking about sweetness or something earlier. Wasn't that one of you? Now, Safayatic inscription,
Listen, cut to the chase.
70,000. My dear friend, 70,000 inscription across Arabs, places where Arabs supposed to have lived. 70,000. In Mecca and around Mecca, very, very few. None of them religious from before the time of Islam. None of them.
Okay.
Very few. Indicating to the researchers who are into epigraphy clearly that people hadn't lived in and around what is Mecca and what is called Taif. In that area, people are supposed to have not have lived and did their business. Simply did not happen. This
You
is a
said
huge
the word
problem.
Indicate, yes.
Yeah.
Indicate. So
Yeah.
it's basically based on analysis of those people.
Yeah, analysis
You
of history.
can't just deny a whole existing civilization just because it
You've been
doesn't
watching Jay
match.
Schmidt.
That's a very
There was a whole civilization that was different than the rest of the world.
Very, very good
Yes.
point. Please remind me your name
Maybe
again.
Ayesha.
Aisha.
Yeah.
Aisha, you're making a very important point. Yeah. I am proposing a particular point,
Okay,
which is while there is thousands and thousands of inscriptions elsewhere, very few in Mecca, non-religious. That is the evidence I am presenting to make the point that Mecca seems not to have been an inhabited area at that time. You are making a very good point there where you were saying, well, are we going to discount the rest of information we have? But
not the rest of the information we have. People did live in Mecca, and it's a known fact, especially for us as like tribal humans.
Good. So,
Middle Eastern.
Aisha, like how
so
I-
you can't just deny an entire tribe.
I know,
wrong.
it's very, very good.
A lot of people,
I have
tribes didn't write stuff down. Does that mean they didn't exist?
Good, Aisha. I have presented some evidence. I have presented, he's like that, a bit rude, and he thinks he's the only one who can think. School holidays.
Go on.
I am presenting some evidence to suggest Mecca was uninhabited. If you are going to suggest that Mecca, like how you were saying, we have known through our tribes and so on, what is the evidence we have?
The Quran is not enough evidence for
From
you.
the Bible. I'll give him.
No. Bring your
I'll give him
parents.
from the Bible.
Bring your parents.
Okay, you tell him.
Bring
I'll
your
talk to
parents.
you, tell him.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Isaiah chapter 42 verse 11. Ask him to
What
open
is it? Like
It talks about the Hajj pilgrimage and all that. Also Isaiah.
He is a bit deluded. He is a bit deluded. No,
Makkah, I'm giving
no
you the
Jew,
verses, Makkah,
no Jew, no
He
Christian.
doesn't want to listen to me. That's why I'm talking to you.
The onus of proof is on him.
Aisha,
Yeah.
the deal is very simple.
See, he doesn't want to talk to you.
He
knows me.
is a bit confused.
No, you are.
No
All Christians
person-
here know me.
Listen, we have to listen to each other in order to
Yeah.
have a
Ask
debate.
him
No.
to discuss with me then.
Do you have Christian friends?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have Jewish friends?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever spoken to them where they have given you an indication that the Bible has information about Islamic Hajj?
Yes.
Any indication?
Yes.
Listen,
Have they
the
have?
Bible has like 10 versions, so which one are we talking
There-
about?
No, the
Now
the
you are
verses,
reverting,
I got verses I can give
Aisha.
you.
Now
You
you
guys have series every
Aisha,
time. Which one?
Aisha. Now you are reverting to
Sister,
some.
Aisha.
But you guys
I'd
have a
like you
lot
to.
of-
I'd like you to
Aisha,
engage
sister.
with this point very
Can I
clearly.
give you one verse?
No.
Do you
Listen,
believe?
I have-
Listen to me, please.
Yeah, sure.
Please, politely, one time. Do you believe Prophet Muhammad was an illiterate?
No.
Yes, he was an illiterate.
Oh, yes, he was.
He
But
never
he
used to
knew-
write all that. Yes.
Well,
Can I
whether
give you a verse
Muhammad
in the
existed
Bible?
or not, I don't know.
Isaiah chapter
But he is an
29,
illiterate, that I do know.
chapter
He needs to finish his
29
schooling
verse 12.
and then come here.
Chapter 29,
Finish.
verse
Excuse
12,
me.
you know what it says?
Don't come near me, okay?
The illiterate will be given a book.
There we go.
And he will be asked
Aisha.
to read, and he will say
What
does
he is
not
going
know
to
how
do to you-
read. Who's that illiterate in the Bible?
What he is
I am
going
in
to.
your team. Why are you telling me
No,
that?
he doesn't want to speak to
I
me.
told
so
you
ask
already.
Him. Ask him. Ask him.
Aisha, I told you already. He is a bit confused.
I'm confused.
And that's
Ask him.
that's
At
demonstration.
what age did your God?
Demonstration.
Ask him, at what age?
That's rude. You can't say that.
At what
That-
age did
You can't say
Jesus
that.
God?
That.
Ask him.
Aisha, let me. So
Ask him at what age did Jesus become God?
he-
claimed divinity.
he
At
can-
the age of 7, 9, 10, he doesn't
is
know.
this your first
Ask
time
him.
at the park?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to speak to you because I
Why
haven't
you're
spoken
not
to you.
speaking to me? I'm
This
giving
guy,
you verses.
this guy is a bit confused. I
I'm
know
confused.
that. I know
No,
that.
he's confused.
Because he
Look,
comes here
his God
week
is
in,
one-
week out.
His God is
Plenty
God
of
the
evidence.
Father, the Son, and
Plenty-
the Holy Spirit.
plenty of evidence.
But the God of Jesus is only one person.
Plenty of
So
evidence.
why do they have
The God
different
of
gods?
Jesus is our God.
No,
What do you mean?
no, his God is Jesus.
Like I
God
said,
the
he's a bit
Father,
confused.
The Son and the Holy Spirit.
Like
Ask
I
him.
said,
Listen, what's your main argument? Like your main argument? What are
my
you-
main argument is Islam.
You're running
Islam. I'm not.
What's your
I'm not. If you listen to him, you might think that something is a bit confused, and I can understand
Like,
because
what are you
when he
trying to
speaks, that happens
What is
normally.
he? Please, look, have a look.
No, listen.
Do you
What are
think
you
he's a
trying
drug
to?
dealer or alcoholic person?
You see, I
What
told
are-
you he's a bit confused.
Why
There's
can you not
more
talk
and
to
more
me?
evidence.
Why can you not talk
More
to me?
and more evidence.
I'm
What
teaching
are
you
you
a book.
What's your
I
main
have-
argument here? Like, what are you trying to prove?
To you, Aisha, Islam, when you go back, we need evidence for what we believe.
Okay.
Very important. I am a Christian.
Okay.
In regards to believing in Jesus Christ to be God, I can provide evidence. And I'd like to provide evidence to you. I'd like to provide
I'll
evidence
ask
to
him
you
evidence. I want
so you
that
would become a
evidence from
Christian.
him,
I'd like to
Now I will prove him wrong. He has to answer my questions.
So
yeah?
please don't listen to him. You can
I
I
ignore.
want to know what are we
Exactly.
talking about?
Ask him to
What are
stay
you
quiet.
trying
He's jumping like a rabbit. He talks about Jesus. He talks about
Jumping
Islam.
like a rabbit?
He talks about
It's a
Mecca.
bit confusing.
What choose? What
Exactly,
topic?
so what are you
What
saying?
topic do you want?
Sorry, I'm speaking to him. if you
What
don't mind.
topic? See?
Sorry.
Mister,
Bring.
you sit behind. We are talking. Why are you involving yourself?
He is far better than Prophet Muhammad.
This guy.
Aisha.
Let me tell
Sorry.
you this guy. His daughter became a Muslim. She was fasting. He's
So he
annoyed by
left
that.
his
name is
Wallah, I'm not
sister
lying.
to
Okay,
enjoy
good for him.
Muta.
Wallah, I'm not lying.
Okay, good for
So
him.
This
he
guy-
left his sister
Ignore
to
him.
enjoy Muta.
Ignore him, otherwise we'd be wasting time.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
What's your-
My point, the belief in Jesus Christ is verifiable
He was never a Muslim. Ask him his-
based on evidence that we could present even today. Islam, on the other hand, is a whole Harry Potter storyline that is built by people like him, who go around brainwashing without giving solid historical evidence. This is my ultimate point. In other words,
Bible or historical? Ask him. Which
Now,
one is first?
don't
Historical
touch me.
or
Please
Bible?
don't- please don't
No,
touch
no,
me.
no,
Please
no.
don't touch me.
Which one do you want?
Please don't touch
Historical
me.
or Bible?
Please don't. Now,
Historical
you made
or
the lady
Bible?
run away.
Yes.
Please don't touch me.
Historical or Bible?
Aisha,
Choose one.
this is what this kind of.
Historical or Bible?
Later on, through God's
His God,
grace,
Jesus claimed divinity to be God at the age of 30.
Hey,
Why
who
not
has
the age
his
of 7?
pills?
Why they know? Why
Who
not
has-
the age of 12?
who
Why
has
not the age
his
of
school
13?
leaving
Jesus at
certificate?
the age of 12 walking
please
around.
bring them both.
Jesus, who are you?
We need
I'm
help.
Solvier. years old. Who are you? I'm not
I told you,
God.
he says he's 12 years old.
He is
I told you,
confused
yeah.
like Prophet Muhammad.
Well,
Jesus became God.
clearly.
He is
Now,
confused like
Before the
Prophet
age of
Muhammad.
any Muslim who
He
is
about
watching
to throw-
any of these
he
Muslim
is about
channels,
to throw himself from the
That's
please
this
stay
is
quiet.
a movie.
throw himself from
Please stay
This
quiet.
is a movie.
The gentleman
Do you
says,
want
please
timing?
stay quiet. Please stay quiet. Now, please stay quiet.
like his
Now,
Prophet Muhammad. He is about to throw his.
for all Muslims, the challenge still remains. I would like to see if Islam is a Harry Potter
Wow,
story,
if it's a Harry
a
Potter,
myth,
the guy there,
or
Jesus,
if it's history.
he was not
I would like to find out.
He's a Christian. Jesus
Listening to
was a
him
Jew.
will not help
Harry
you
Potter
in
book.
dealing with that
Harry
Potter
question.
book here.
Christianity
Is
or
there
Judaism?
any Muslim who is able to
religion?
intelligently
Christianity
engage
or
in a
Judaism?
conversation? You, sir?
Jesus
Harry
Christ
Are you
was
Muslim,
a-
sir?
He
Please come here.
So which one is
Harry
right?
Potter
Him, he is confused. I have reasons to think he is a
Which
confused
one
man.
is right? Christianity or Judaism?
He
Tell me.
needs to bring his
Answer.
parents
Who is
and bring
right?
his pills
Christianity or
to be
Judaism?
able to speak to me. Yes, sir. You, sir. Please come. Please come here.
Lord the Father.
Please come.
Islam is a pagan religion.
You are a Muslim. What's your name?